Welcome back to Glow Within. My name is Katie, and today I'd just like to talk a little bit about anxiety because it is such a common experience. I think everybody experiences anxiety. I at least hope so, and I'll explain why in a moment. Especially if we're highly sensitive or empaths or sensitive to a lot of stimuli, children and adults who are on the ASD spectrum, ADHD or ADD, maybe display OCD or ODD tendencies. Depression and anxiety go hand in hand. We do see a lot of anxiety just because there is so much coming at us all the time. And so it's really important to recognize what anxiety is and the value in it. I've spoken about this a number of times, but I really think it's important to emphasize it. Anxiety is our body, first of all, saying, hey, listen to me. And then if we don't listen to it, which is very common, particularly for us as adults, maybe because we don't tune into our bodies for one reason or another. If you haven't watched the body autonomy video, I'd definitely recommend that. Maybe we weren't taught to do it. Maybe we're just so busy and there's so much going on, we don't get the opportunity, but we have to create that opportunity to do it. So first of all, anxiety will be like, hey, tap, tap, listen to me. And then if you don't listen, it will be like, okay, listen to me. It starts getting a little rowdier. And then if we're still not listening, it'll be like, hey, like, listen to me. Like, I'm just going to keep rattling you or shaking you or whatever it is to make you listen to me. And then if we still don't listen, which is very, very common these days, and for those of us or adults who maybe are pulled in a million directions and don't have the time or don't create the time for ourselves, or for whatever reason are not able to tune into our bodies, whether it's been past traumatic experiences, etc., then something physical will actually stop us. Car accidents, chronic stress will turn into maybe an illness. So our body, hopefully by this stage, has fully gotten our attention, but unfortunately, we've had to stop dead in our tracks, basically. And so it's really important to take those moments throughout the day, or at least at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, to sort of do a recap of our physical body and our energetic body as to what is going on. And by doing this, we're able to acknowledge whatever the emotions are in our body, whatever the sensations or feelings are, before they get to that sort of desperate level where our body has, or something has stopped us in our tracks. And so we can work through it in ideally a healthy way, either by journaling or even just bringing the awareness to our body and maybe noticing the emotion, sensation, where it's sitting in our body, getting curious and saying, hey, what are you trying to tell me? What is this all about? This is something that I use a lot in my somato-emotional release practice, and you can also watch the video on body mapping. Very helpful and ties into this. So starting to be curious and just be like, okay, what is it that you're trying to show me? Why is this important? Is this mine? Does this actually belong to somebody else? And as I've mentioned, as highly sensitive people or children, we're also empathetic, usually very empathetic, and so we're picking up a lot of people's stuff throughout the day. So it might not even belong to us. And when we can start to differentiate, first of all, what is ours, what is not, then we can release it. If it's not ours, it's like, okay, this is not part of my being. This has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna let it go. And there's lots of tools we can use to do that. I'll share that in a future video. If it is ours, then we can start to get more curious and be like, okay, is this something that is actually a threat to me right now? If it is, then hopefully we can deal with it in a healthy way. If it's not, and it's just a fear of the future, or maybe a fear of the past, bringing ourselves into the present moment, excuse me, and you can look at the mindful video for that, and noticing, okay, I'm here right now. Are my surroundings safe? If not, do I need to change something? Is there anything else I need to change? Journaling can be great for this, to help you get into your body. Breath work, art, being in nature to help you tune in and start to go a little bit deeper. Anyways, I hope this was a helpful sort of tool and video to explain a little bit about anxiety and why it is valuable. And definitely click subscribe if you enjoyed this, leave any comments, questions, and we will dive into this in various facets as I've already touched on in other videos. Have a lovely day.